Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an outfit making video and I'm going to show you guys kind of like my process that I go through when I make outfits. I'm really picky and I really don't have that many clothes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of clothes, but I'm really picky about the clothes that I buy because I only buy clothes that I know for sure I can make an outfit with. And I'm really picky when it comes to my outfits. It usually takes me a really long time and I usually go back and forth a lot, or I'll change the theme completely. So I don't think I'm gonna do a theme for the purpose of this video. I think I'm just going to tell you like my tips and tricks while I go through and make a couple outfits. Because it's Halloween, I'm gonna do one outfit with a Halloween horse and one outfit with a like just a regular outfit that you could use any time of the year. And because it's fall, I will probably be doing like a warmer themed outfit, but we're just gonna see how it goes. I might end up in shorts and a tank top, so we'll see. I'm really picky and a lot of times I go back and forth between the things that I want to wear or like the things that I'm going to use in the outfit. So I might choose this shirt right now and then go back later and completely change my mind. Right now I'm going to be doing an outfit with this horse because it's Halloween. And I usually like to start with the shirt or the leg wraps, but this horse does not do leg wraps. So we're going to start with the shirt. We could go with this matches the hair. I'm gonna try, especially for this horse and other magic horses, I really try to pull colors in from the horse so that my outfit looks more cohesive with them. So I'm gonna try to pull in some colors from this outfit. Maybe we'll do orange or red. There's green on this outfit. I'm not a big fan of this neon green color, so I don't think that's gonna end up being what we choose, but you never know. This, I absolutely would use this, but it's not quite the right green color. We could do this, but the green is a little bit more blue than this one and a little bit less blue than this one. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty close. Let's go for this. Let's just try it. A lot of this is trial and error. So after I pick the shirt, I like to pick my pants, and I always pick pants that I like with the skirt or with the shirt. The biggest thing for the pants is that it looks good with the horse, if it's a magic horse or a horse that's like a weird color or something like that, and it looks good with the shirt. That is the priority for these outfits. So because I'm tying in green, I'm not going to try to tie in red because that's too much. I could go for these yellow pants and tie in some of the yellow on the feet, which I think is actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for these, and then I'm going to check out some hats. So for the hat, let's go for this. This hat ties in the orange colors. It's going to look good with the shoes that I'm going to pick out because I know exactly what shoes I'm going to wear. I'm going to wear these shoes. These shoes are not super orange, but they're also orange enough to match the hat. And the hat matches the horse, so that's all we need. For this horse, I think I'm going to go with black tack. I don't think I'm going to go with gold. I actually might do something more like this and like older tack because this darker metal is going to look better on this horse than a really bright silver would. So we're gonna try something with that. Oh, this horse doesn't do leg wraps, so we're gonna over here. We could do this saddle pad that has the green and the yellow. We could also tie in this green here. We could do this, but that has gold on it, and I'm not going to try and mix metals with this outfit. We could go with this yellow saddle pad, which would be This is what I would choose if you're a little bit nervous about too many colors in your outfit or something like that. I would go for this, and then I would also switch out the hat and the shoes to something black for both of them. But for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna go with these. It has a little bit of red at the bottom, but it's not super noticeable. And then it has the green and yellow that I'm really trying to tie in here. So we're gonna go with those. Then I think I'm gonna go with these sunflower bows, because those are the closest to all of the colors in the outfit. And then, as I said, I'm gonna go for something older because I do not like the bright silver on this horse. I'll show you what that would look like. It kind of clashes with the coat of this horse. So I'm gonna go with this saddle, and this is how I would end this outfit. And then if I was going to go for that yellow saddle pad, I'll show you what that would look like. So this is how I would do this. This is another way that you could do this. I'm gonna try and put stuff back because my wardrobe is already messy enough. So for this, I'm going to change the hat to something black, and we'll go with a witch hat for this video because it's Halloween, so why not? And then I would go with black shoes. So you could go with these have a little bit of orange on them. You could go with some black boots like that. You could go with just regular black boots like these. I don't have anything that is really standing out to me, and I don't want to pull in a white with this outfit, so I'd probably go for these because these have that little bit of green on them that tie in with the shirt. And then we're gonna go a whole different direction with this, but if you wanted to change the shirt, you could go for something like this, and that would tie in with the color of the mane and the hooves and the fire. And then yeah, there you have yourself a pretty good outfit there. And then if you wanted to change the shoes for that, I would go with either these shoes, but because there's a lot of yellow on this outfit, I would try to tie in some red. So either these, or you could go for these, or even these shoes. So yeah, that's kind of the process that I go through when I'm trying to make an outfit. I'm gonna go through and make a couple of other outfits while I just kind of like tell you what I'm doing. But that's kind of like a more step-by-step tutorial-ish, because there really is no tutorial. I change my mind a lot and like just kind of do whatever I'm feeling with all my outfits. But yeah, that's the more tutorial aspect. So there you go. Okay, so on this horse, I'm seeing some green and white, and then the eyes are like this minty blue color, and then there's a little bit of that sprinkled in the mane on the flowers and stuff. So I'm gonna try and play off of that when I'm making this outfit. And yeah, we're just gonna kind of go through and see. I think for this one I'm gonna start with a shirt. So I want some like minty blue, green colors. This would be absolutely perfect, but in my personal opinion, I absolutely hate this shirt. I don't think it looks good on the characters, and for some reason it just really gives me the ick. So while this would be perfect, I don't like this, so I'm not gonna go with this. This is giving me a good vibe. However, I do not like the gold on this. There's gold accents and then gold down here, and I really try and play in the metals that I use. So because this horse is this gray silvery color, I'm not going to use gold for this outfit. And even this, like, that has gold on it, so I'm gonna try and stay away from that. Let's see. I like this, and this is a great minty green color. However, it is not the vibe that I'm going for. I'm going for more of like a cozy vibe, and this jacket is giving me more tropical vibes. So I'm not gonna go for this. But we'll see. Let's go back to the pants and see if there's anything in here. I'm gonna try and do this. I'm gonna try not to make a basic outfit with this. It might end up being pretty basic, but I'm gonna try not to because I really want to show you guys the process that I go through when I do make like a pretty complicated outfit. I think let's start with these pants. These pants give me the vibe. They're dark gray and it kind of matches that. They're a little bit blue, but that's okay. That's not going to affect us too much in the long run here. And now I think I'm still gonna try and go for a green shirt. But I don't think I have one that is exactly, well, that's not too bad, but I don't think that's exactly the vibe I want. I'm gonna actually look in the global store really quick and see if there's anything that looks good to me. I'm also making sure that it looks good with these pants, and if I end up finding something in the green that I really like that does not match the pants, but it matches the horse, I might end up changing the pants. I'm not really seeing anything here. That's not what I'm going for. I think it's between this and maybe that one. I don't know. This would be really cute if it didn't have the blue. So I think maybe I'm gonna try and do something with this shirt, and then we're gonna end up changing the pants. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy that and put that on. And then let's change these pants. So in this outfit, we kind of have this grayish color matching here and up here. And then we have the green that matches in here. We have a lot of dark gray and teal that are in this horse. So I'm going to try and play into that with something. You could go for these black pants. You could go with this. This is a little bit too much for me. That's a little bit too many patterns. That's not the vibe that we're going for. That's not the vibe that I'm going for either. Usually when I can't think of what I want to do, I end up going with shorts, and it's usually the black shorts or the red shorts. Pretty much every time, pretty consistently, black shorts or red shorts when I don't know what shorts I want to do. But these ones are the blue ones from the Halloween Village. So I'm going to try and do something with these. I do have the matching saddle pad for these, so that might end up being the saddle pad that we use. I don't ever change my accessories, like hardly ever, so I don't think I'm gonna do that today. I want to see if this matches the shorts. So that's a little bit darker than the lighter spots on the shorts, but it's also not too far off. Let's see. This has gold on it, so again, I'm gonna stay away from that, and then this is the wrong blue, so I'm not gonna go for that one either. I think we're gonna go for this one, and then that gives us some brown in our outfit, so we're gonna keep track of that because there's a little bit of brown now. Here, I think I'm either gonna go for some brown shoes or some blue shoes, but I think these ones, because they're brown and blue, I'm gonna go for these. They have this little bit of blue here that matches with and is consistent with the rest of the outfit. Don't need anything else for the character. Okay, now we're gonna do a bridle. For this, I usually just start with a black bridle, but because there's brown in my outfit, I think the way that I'm going to tie the brown into the horse is with brown tack. And we're going to keep it silver, so I'm going to use this drop noseband bridle, and that's the walnut color. I'm not a really big fan of the lighter brown color. I think I have it somewhere, but yeah. Okay, so we're keeping consistent with the green. Oh yeah, this horse cannot wear leg wraps. So horses that cannot wear leg wraps are a lot harder than horses who can. But we're gonna figure it out. So this is actually not too bad. I don't hate that. But I wish that there was some of this color blue in there. So I'm gonna try and do something different, because the green here is tied into the horse already, but this blue is not. So I'm gonna try to do something that includes this blue. So this is pretty close. This is pretty close, but not super close. I think here I'm gonna go for this, because it is the same, and then it also matches the vibe of the horse, in my opinion. I really don't have like a step-by-step process to my outfits, as you can probably tell. A lot of this is just trial and error, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. I'm gonna go for these bows because they're the closest thing that I have to this color. You could also go with some pride bows. Yeah. And then I'm going to do a brown saddle. I'm not gonna go with that one. My brown saddle is probably on a different horse, so let's go find that. I really need to organize my home stable. I think all of my horses in here, except for this one, have tack on them. I don't know why I haven't changed that horse out. Here's my brown saddle. Let's grab this. Okay. And then put this on. Let's see. Okay. I think for this video, that's gonna be the finished outfit for this horse. If I was gonna do something differently, I would probably change the bows to something that is more similar to this green color that I have already. Let's actually see if there's any green bows that are that color. So you could go with these. I am not going to buy these right now. But yeah, those are going to be the closest. So I would use these bows for this outfit. This is definitely not the most complicated outfit that I've ever made. It's not the least complicated outfit that I've ever made. But I think it's pretty simple and pretty cute. So for the purpose of this video, basically what I did is picked a shirt and pants that I liked that matched the horse, or that went with the vibe of the horse, and then kind of color coded everything around it. I am not like super picky on whether I do Western or English tack or whatever it is. A lot of times I just pick whichever one I like better with the outfit, or whichever one matches the outfit the best based on color. But yeah, so that's gonna be that outfit. I'll actually go back and show you with my character off the horse. Also, if I was gonna do something with my character for this outfit, I might change my character's hair and put brown hair on, but I don't do that. So yeah, that's the finished outfit for this horse. Okay, so we're gonna start with leg wraps. Where? Oh, they're right here. Okay, so for this outfit, I'm gonna start with leg wraps, and I think I want to do either these green ones or these ones. I think this horse looks better with these ones, so let's go for these leg wraps, and then we're gonna pick a shirt. And I think I already know which shirt I want to do. this shirt is really close to those leg wraps, and I think it matches really well. I think it's super cute. So we'll do those, and then let's do a different color here. We could do a navy blue. I think that would look really good, and that would tie in my hair really well. So let's go for a navy blue, and for the navy blue, I'm gonna wear these pants. A lot of people hate on these pants, and I actually really like the short pants things. I really like them. You don't have to like them, that's okay if you don't. But I think that they're really cute. Okay, I'm gonna put my glasses and my rings back on for this outfit. The rings have green on them. I don't know if you can really see it, but they do have green on them, so they do tie into the outfit. And then this outfit is definitely going to be silver because of the horse and the markings on the horse. For the hat, I'm going to go, I think that's too much green on top. We could go with this, but I actually just styled an outfit with this hat and this shirt and then also these leg wraps not too long ago. So I don't think I'm going to go for that. I think for the purpose of this video, because I'm going to be doing black tack, maybe we'll do this hat. Yeah. You could also go for this hat. If you like those hats, you could go for this one. You could go with a dressage hat. I don't know. You can do, this is like all up to you. This is just my process. I personally really like the beanies and the berets. I don't often use any other hats other than those. But yeah. Okay. Next, I think I'm gonna go with these. This not only ties in the black to the boots, but also this green socks. Those match. And yes, there's brown on the laces, but it's really hard to tell. These are also part of the hot chocolate and marshmallows set that I used in the last outfit. Next, let's pick out a bridle. We're gonna do silver and black, so we're gonna go with that one. We're gonna do, oh, we already have leg wraps, so we're gonna do a navy blue saddle pad. And for this saddle pad, I think I want to do this western one. I think this is really cute. I think it ties in this blue gray, and on the inside of these pants, we're gonna ignore this, okay? On the inside of these pants, it has like this grayish color, so that ties in really well. And as I said earlier that I really want to pay attention to all of the colors in my outfit and make sure that I'm really tying them in. When I use these pants, a lot of times I don't tie in the pink or the gold in the back, okay? It is okay to arrange your character and not show colors of your outfit when you're posting outfits on Instagram or something like that. If I was going to use these pants in a video, I would tie in the pink and I would use gold tack because you're going to see all angles of me in a video, right? So just keep in mind like what you're using this for. It's okay to like, yeah. Then we're going to do a black saddle. I don't think I have a black saddle in here because all my tack is on other horses. So let's go grab that in a second. First, let's do a saddle bag. I think I'm gonna have to grab a different saddle bag too. So let's go run and grab one of those. I can grab it off of this horse. There's our saddle. Do I have a saddle bag? Oh, I do have this one. I think let's go for that one. Okay. We'll tie in the silver on the horse. Oh, I need a saddle. Okay, so this black saddle, this saddle pad, and then I'm gonna pick out a pet to go with this outfit. With this outfit, because I have a lot of green and blue, I'm going to try and find something that's similar to that, but I know that there's not a lot of green and blue pets. So I think I'm going to go with this fox. Okay, and then this is the finished outfit for this one. I'm going to show you what it would look like if I was taking a picture with this outfit, because I'm not going to show the pink and the gold that you guys can see right now. I would come over here. Usually I do a little pose, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just showing you what I would do. So I'm gonna line myself up and then take a little picture. And then, this is just a little tip and trick that I learned. I like to zoom it all the way out with my mouse and then zoom it all the way in and then adjust like this. So that's a little tip for you when you're taking pictures. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of the outfits. Anyways, I hope you like this video and I will see you next time. Bye.